Hello, welcome back to the brand new session of EC Council Certified Ethical Hacking Program. And this is our last topic in our module number one, Introduction to Ethical Hacking, right? So in this session, we will discuss about the importance of applicable security laws and standards. So, laws are a system of rules and guidelines that are enforced by the particular country or community to govern behavior, right? So the standard is document established by consonants, and it should be approved by recognized body that provides for common and repeated use rules, guidelines or characteristics for activities or their results, maybe aimed at the achievement of the optimum degree of order in a given context. So in this session we will deal with various laws and standards dealing with information security in different countries. Okay, so we will just quickly go through this kind of standards. So first is Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard. So that is PCI DSS. So the Payment Card Industry Data Security Standard is a proprietary information security standard for organization that handle cardholder information for the major debit, credit, prepaid, e-purse, ATM and POS cards. So these standards offer robust and comprehensive standards and supporting material to enhance payment card data security. So these material include a framework of specifications, tools, measurement and support resources to help organizations ensure the safe handling of cardholder information. So PCI DSS applies to all the entities involved in payment card processing, including merchants, processors, acquirer, issuers and service providers, as well as the other entities that store processes, or you can say the transmit cardholder data. So yeah, that is all about the payment card industry, or you can say the data security standard. So that is the first thing which we need to understand, and that was PCI DSS. Then the second one is ISO IEC 27001 or 2013. So ISO IEC specifies the requirement for establishing, implementing, maintaining and continually improving an information security management system within the context of an organization. So it includes requirement for the assessment and treatment of information security risk tailored to the needs of organizations, right? So again, this regulation is intended to be suitable for several different uses, like it can include use within the organizations to formulate security, or you can say requirement and objective. So yeah, I have given all the information that is included in the different type of use for several different suitable intended to the ISO or IEC. The next sector is Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, that is HIPAA, or you can say HIPAA, right? So basically the HIPAA privacy rule provides federal protections for individually identifiable health information held by covered entities and their business associates, and given, or you can say gives patients an array of rights to the information. So at the same time, the privacy rule permits the disclosure of health information needed for patient care and other necessary purpose as well. So the security rule specifies the series of administrative, physical and technical safeguard for covered entities and their business associates to use to ensure the confidentiality, integrity and availability of electronically protected health information, right? So yeah, that is known as HIPAA, or you can say Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. So there are some the Office of Civil Rights implemented HIPAA's administrative simplification statutes and rules as discussed in my slide. Like first is electronic transactions and code set standards. Second is privacy rule, security rule, national identifier requirements and enforcement rule. So the next is Sarbanes-Oxley Act. So enacted in I think so 2002 or maybe 2003, 3, the Sarbanes-Oxley Act aims to protect the public and investors by increasing the accuracy and reliability of the corporate disclosures. So this act does not explain how an organization must store the records, but yeah, describes the records that organization must store and the duration of their storage as well. So the act mandated several reforms to enhance corporate responsibility, enhance financial disclosure, and combat corporate and accounting fraud as well. So the key requirement and provisions of SOX are organized into some 11 titles, and those 11 titles you can see that on my screen right now. Yes. So the next quick point is Digital Millennium Copyright Act. So this is DMCA. So the DMCA is an American copyright law that implement two 1996 maybe treaties from the World Intellectual Property Organizations. So the WIPO copyright treaty and the WIPO performances and phonograms treaty. So in order to implement US treaty obligations, the DMCA defines the legal prohibitions against circumvention of the technological protection measures employed by copyright owners to protect their works and against the removal of alteration of copyright management information, right? So yeah, there are two things which we will discuss about that part. So that is title 1, title 2, or something like that. So there will be some titles which we discussed in the earlier slide. The second thing is the Federal Information Security Management Act. So again, you need to just be careful about this part as well, because the Federal Information Security Management Act was enacted to produce several key security standards and guidelines required by congressional legislation, right? So the FISMA provides a comprehensive framework for ensuring the effectiveness of information security control over the information resources that support federal operations and assets. So it will require each federal agency to develop, document, and implement an agency-wide program to provide information security for the information and information system that supports the operations and assets of the agency, including those provided for or managed by the another agency, contractor, or maybe the another source. So yeah, that is all about the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, or you can say the Federal Information Security Management Act. So the next is GDPR. I think you will find out this kind of trainings in your mandatory compliance training, and yes, that is General Data Protection Regulations, obviously. So the General Data Protection Regulations is one of the most stringent privacy and security laws globally. So thought it was drafted and passed by European Union, and it imposes obligations onto the organizations anywhere so long as they target or collect data related to the people in the European Union. So the regulation was put into the effect on I think so in May 2018. So the GDPR will levy harsh fines against those who violate its privacy and security standards, with penalties reaching tens of millions of euros. So you can get the idea that kind of what kind of penalties you will have if break this kind of policy, right? So yeah, there are some principles which I have kept in my slide, so you can just have a look into that part as well. So the next is Data Protection Act 2018 DPA. Actually, the DPA sets out the framework for the data protection law in the UK. So it updates and replaces the Data Protection Act and came into the effect on May 2018. So it was embedded on January 2021 by regulations under the European Union and to reflect the UK's status outside the European Union. So the DPA is an act to make provision for the regulation of the processing of information relating to individuals, to make provision in connection with the information commissioners functions under the specific regulations relating to informing information, to make provision for a direct marketing code of practice and connected purposes. So these kind of things which you can find out in DPA. And yeah, there are some protection of personal data, which I have kept in my slide as well, right? So yeah, this is the way that what kind of things which was in Data Protection Act 2018. So this is our last point in this particular session, and that is cyber law in different countries. So so cyber law or internet law refers to any laws that deal with protecting the internet and other online communications technologies. So cyber law covers the topics such as internet access and uses, privacy, freedom of expression, and jurisdiction. So cyber law provide an assurance of the integrity, security, privacy, and confidentiality of the information in both governmental and private organizations. So these laws have become prominent due to the increase in internet usage around the world. So cyber laws vary by jurisdiction and country. So implementing them is a quite challenging. So basically, violating these laws result in punishment ranging from fines to imprisonment. So that kind of have a look into that part as well. So yes, I have kept in my slide that what kind of cyber laws which we are having. So yes, you can have a look, that is for United States, and different cities. Yes, you can just go with that. So yes, I have kept in my slide as well. So yes, you can also go through it, right? So you can also go through this kind of cyber security laws. You will find out some of the, you can say, some of the laws on your government website as well.